Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy Rashad, one half of PMP, and today we are here to talk free agents. What's good? We're here to talk free agents. What's cracking with everybody? Yeah. Dave, what's good with you, man?
I'm always here in the clutch, man. That's what I do.
Yeah, last minute.
I was here. I was on the Twitter Spaces, and then I had to get some things situated. I got called right at the 11th hour, but I'm here. So yeah, man, we gonna have some discussions about some of these free agent signings. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. There was a recent one that just occurred, and I'm gonna be honest with some of y'all. I'm kind of disappointed in some of y'all within Panther Nation with what I've been seeing on Twitter.
Yeah, it's a little reckless.
We'll get into that. We're gonna get into that. We are absolutely, because that's why I was late. That's kind of reason why I was a little bit late. I had to go ease up on some of y'all because y'all are tripping. Y'all gonna get some of that heat here. Shout out to Kendrick though.
Shout out to Kendrick, finally off work to catch a live. Do you think we signed a safety to put Chin at linebacker? Something we will talk about. Something we will absolutely talk about. Kendrick, we appreciate that super chat. We appreciate that super chat. All right, it's a lot to get into, man. Weekend good. My weekend was good. What's cracking?
Oh yeah, good? Man. Weekend was straight. You know what I'm saying? I stopped my music show because my daughter wants to get trained in fighting games. So she took me out of retirement, man. So she's gonna start getting trained up, and I'm about to get into my gaming bag again. I'm still gonna do some occasional stuff for music with some other folks. Got my HBCU stuff going for some shows with that. March Madness is popping off. The brackets. I set up some brackets for PNP, both on the men and the women's bracket. You know, the women's gonna be easy for y'all, so y'all that should be easy pickings. That men is gonna be chaos, man.
What you saying? Go Cox? Is that what you saying?
Oh yeah, for the women? Oh yeah, absolutely.
But so you gotta say it.
Lady Cox. Lady Gamecocks. Which is weirder when you sit down and think about it.
It ain't got the same.
It ain't the same
ring to it.
But Deuce Staley is the Monstars, yo. They're the Monstars. They might actually run the table. I think if you ain't got North Carolina running the table, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. And prayers up to Norfolk State. They have them in the first round, unfortunately. So prayers up to Norfolk State. Hopefully y'all score more points than Howard did last year because they had them in the first round last year. But we'll see how that goes.
All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got to get this thing set up because we are going to do some live voting tonight. And I got to get y'all set up. So give me 1 second. I forgot to do one thing before we get this thing cracking. Let's do.
But yeah, man, this weekend's gonna be dope. I got a couple concerts. I got a concert I'm going to.
Here we go.
And I got a concert I'm going to Thursday. I'm going to see A&T play Northeastern and baseball on Friday. So it's going to be good.
You just ain't got nothing else to do, huh?
Oh, no. Nah. Why not? Go see some baseball. It's snowing right now, bro.
Yeah.
And I got an interview tomorrow, so I was prepping for an interview, too. So I've been a lot of things going on.
All of that. I'm good on that. All right. Let's see. Let's get into this thing. Like I said, we got a lot to get into. We got 400 people, almost 400 people in here with 5 minutes left. Akash says, hoping we sign either a wide receiver or edge in the coming days and re-sign Foreman, of course. We'll talk about all that. We're going to talk about all that. Go ahead.
Now, go ahead, man. Waiting on you unless you got anything else.
All right. No, I'm good.
I had something to say about Foreman, but I don't know if you know or not. I mean, I know they got an offer out to him.
Well, yeah, they got an offer out to him, but obviously he wants to test the market. So, and you can't really blame the man. So, for those of you that have never done this before, you can join the session ID to vote. You want to make sure you get on that because that's the only way to vote for our polls that we're gonna have. All right. So let me just type this in the chat. So VVox.
And anchor it and put it on the anchor or whatever. I'm about to throw it in the mod so I can vote when I'm ready. I want to make sure I can vote because we are a democracy here at PMP. Oh, you haven't set it up yet though. I can't write today.
Yeah.
No, I can't write today. Well, I'm blind one. Oh God, I'm blind. Bad, something vicious, huh?
All right, let me pin this. All right, so it's pinned at the top. All right, so let me go ahead and get this thing cracking. All right, so we're gonna go through these one by one. We'll talk about them, break it down, and you will have the opportunity to vote because over here, like they said, we are democracy. Everybody gets to have their opinion. That's the cool thing about this. You don't have to think the way we think about it. You can have your own idea and say this sucks. It's up to you. So you can vote. So let's go ahead and get this thing cracking. All right, let's get it started real quick. We got Vonn Bell. All right, so Vonn Bell was the first signing that occurred. And Dave, what was your initial thoughts about it when you saw this?
Jeremy Chin about to play linebacker. Jeremy Chin about to play linebacker. That's the
Why
first
y'all
thing
keep
I thought
saying?
when I saw it.
Why y'all keep saying that though?
Jeremy Chin about to play linebacker. Jeremy Chin about to play linebacker.
He's not, bro. He's not going to play linebacker. No, he's
Jeremy
not.
Chin about to play linebacker. Jeremy Chin about to play linebacker. He absolutely
not,
he about to be on that outside, bro. Jeremy Chin
not.
about to play linebacker.
He's not, bro. He's going to be a versatile safety. He's going to play.
He's going to be like 70-30 linebacker. 80-20. Jeremy Chin going to be linebacker.
So the thing about linebacker and the thing about playing, and the reason why you don't want him playing specifically one role is because you become predictable. He's not going to be playing linebacker 100% of snaps. I would say it'd be 50-50. Because you want to be able to disguise where you put a Jeremy Chin. You can't just put him in a line. First of all, he cannot play. Unless he puts on about 10 pounds, he's not playing linebacker full time, bro. So people immediately say that. They said that and was like, yo, he's going to line. He's not. He's going to have specific things, specific role. He's going to be going around, flying around, playing that Joker. He's going to be all over the field, which is the way it should be. He should not be moved to linebacker full time. I completely disagree with that. So I don't understand why people are saying that, especially when
you don't think he can play. You don't think they'll put him at outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme?
No.
Man.
No. He's going to be all over the place. You don't put him in that specific role. You move him all over, bro. Move him all over the place. That's how he's not going to be able to take that consistent pounding, that pause that happens in the trenches. He's not. That's why he's a DB, bro. He's got to be all over the field. He's a joker. Use him as such. Don't just put him in one role and say, all right, you got to play this. Nah, move him all over. Make people think. And that's what Everall said during his press conference. Everall said he wants versatile linebackers. That's why when we got Vonn Bell played about 50-50 free and strong. Vonn Bell can do both, which is why I think they like Vonn Bell. So I love this signing. I thought it was a good signing. Obviously, we didn't get Jesse Bates, and shout out to the Falcons. Falcons having themselves a decent free agency, but I think we got a solid safety. Something we haven't. I think he can. Again, I don't think we've seen a safety of his caliber here in a little bit. So what? Anything else that came to your mind outside of Jeremy Chin when this signing happened?
I love the signing. Let me be clear. I love the signing. I think people were begging for a safety, and now we got somebody that has some experience in the league. I love the signing across the board with that regard. That being said, that tells me that's one less thing we got to worry about going into the draft to go get. So I can't complain. All right, we got the poll open for Vonn Bell, and there's folks asking questions in the site too, man. We can go over some of these things if you want.
I didn't see the questions.
I can go over a couple.
Yeah, go ahead. So the poll is now open.
The poll is open. Vote. Meanwhile, we'll hit the questions. Who can we afford according to need? Well, Vonn Bell, obviously, because we got that covered. Bell, good leader, good tackler, high football IQ. Yo, I love Vonn Bell, yo.
Yeah, love it.
He can hit.
I think.
Yeah,
he's smart. Yeah, he's smart, and he he used to play for the Saints, so he knows the division a little bit. Kind of knows what's going on. I thought we should have got him the first time around, personally, when he was available, and we didn't do it. So I think he is a good leader. Definitely, I think he was a captain for the Bengals, so that's a good look. I love it. I love it. So we got about 60 votes. Let's try to get this thing to about we got 450 people watching. Man, we should get at least about At least
The poll should
150.
be the poll should be pinned on the YouTube, right?
Yes, pinned.
The info should be right there, guys. I'll go over some more. Let's see, another question. What is holding? Oh, so far, what do you think about the direction we're heading? I love the direction that we're heading, man. I think we're going in the right pace. I love what we're doing so far. What is holding Shaq's contract up? Where's the details? Per Sheen and Quick, the details are not out yet. So stand by for that. They're not out yet. Shout out to Sheena Quick and Vashti from Carolina Blitz. Thielen visiting tomorrow. That'll be big. Yeah, I had a whole diatribe about that. We'll talk about that. I talked about it on their Twitter Spaces. We'll definitely have that discussion about Thielen. What is the chance we trade with Houston or Arizona? Houston slim. Houston, 50-50. If they know who they want, I think it could happen. Arizona, I don't see that happening. You don't have to use an app. You can go to the website. I'm doing it on the website. There's a website you can go to. You don't have to use an app.
Just go to vvox.com and then type in that app. It's right there at the top. Like, look, come on, fellas.
It's right up there. Just go to vvox.app and then
vvox.app.
And then pull it and just put this in the ID code, and then you can just do it right there. You can do it on your phone, on your Safari, on your Google Chrome. It works. I just did it on my desktop machine. You don't have to download the app for it. Panthers Rule got it, man. It's simple. It's vvox.app, though, not .com. It's .app.
Yeah. I'm changing it now. Oops.
Any truth that Evero used the 6 DBs on the field at the same time? I wouldn't be shocked by it.
I wouldn't be shocked either. There's going to be some crazy packages. Pause. So I expect to see it all.
Yeah, with 476 folks watching, man, we got to get more votes in.
Yeah, we got 100 votes. We just hit 100 votes. So let's keep. I just repinned it. vvox.app, and then that code. Type that code in, because it's gonna be multiple questions. It's easier to do this way instead of going through YouTube, because I have to change the questions each time. I can't do a list of questions, so it's easier to do in this app.
I can't do nothing about them bots, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, listen, let's talk about the bots for a second while you guys vote.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about these bots, man. Listen, we ain't giving y'all nothing in these comments, bro. Let me tell y'all something right now. Like, if it ain't us giving out these prizes and y'all don't see our faces, then it ain't legit. If Rashad ain't out here giving y'all the goods and spinning some wheel on live on stage or something to that effect, then it ain't us.
Man. I told y'all that winner would be announced on the stream today, and we're gonna give it away today. Y'all got to do better than that. I said it would be announced today. Okay, not y'all gotta. It's a lot of scammers out there. Got to be careful. And that was not us. Had nothing to do. I deleted them once I found out what was going on. I reported them, but I can't stop people from trying to scam
YouTube has a bot problem. They've had a bot problem for a while. They've we're almost about to hit 20,000 subscribers, but I've seen other YouTube creators that have millions of subscribers who deal with this on a daily basis.
Right.
And they have complained to YouTube about it.
That's how you know you made it, Dave. Yeah, that's how you know you're getting high with the bots come out. It's all good.
When the bots start popping off, that's when you know you almost there, man.
It's all good.
Am I worried about the Falcons? I'm never worried about a bird. I'm not worried about no Eagles, no Falcons, none of them.
All right.
And I'm not even talking about the ones in Philadelphia.
Let me go ahead and close this poll. I'm gonna go ahead and close it. Oops, my fault. Let me close this.
You reset the poll?
I did reset it.
Oh, damn it.
I reset it.
Tell everybody to vote again?
My bad. Well, it was I saw the it was like 75% A, because I could see the results coming in now. But I did close. It was like 75% A, like 20% B. Yeah. No, it
This is
was a
what
lot of
happens when
A's
you're
in there. My
live, ladies
bad.
and gentlemen.
My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
75% A is about right. I figured it was going to be high on A because everybody was begging for. Everybody was begging. Yeah, so it was 75% A. Take our word for it, guys.
There we go. There's some run, so it jumped up a
Some
little
run.
bit. No, it jumped up. I tried to close it, but it jumped up. So yeah, 60% A, 30% B, and 10% C. But it was a lot. It was a lot of A's. A lot of A's. It's my bad. We'll do better next
time. I figured. I voted for A.
Yeah. So it was overall A grade. Overall A grade. All right, Dave. What about this one? Tuttle. Tuttle, who is projected to be a starting defensive end / nose tackle. I know Darren Gant said nose tackle, but I don't know that I put him at nose tackle. I know he can probably play it, but I probably
he can play it if he needs to. But I think he's going to be an end. I think he'll be a nose tackle. I think you put him in the nose tackle if you want to do like a crazy super pass rush NASCAR type of package. But I think he's primarily an end.
Yeah, and the thing about him is he's a really good run stopper. Tuttle, like you can see his grades. So his run defense is definitely better than his pass rush grade. So he's a pure run stopper, which is what you need in that 3-4. You need those guys that's gonna clog up the lanes and consume those blocks. And that's what Tuttle does. Funny story, this dude is from Lexington, North Carolina. We know Vendell knows his people, is married to one of his people. So that's how I know. Yeah, that's how.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We know this dude. Well, I don't know him, but I know people that know him really well. So it's going to be really interesting. Once he gets signed, we'll be able to get him on the show, hopefully. And yeah, hometown kid, little old Lexington, North Carolina, North Davidson High School. Yeah, he's a problem. Went to Tennessee. Went undrafted and then signed with the Saints and now with the Panthers. So yeah, man, what do you think about this deal, man? A lot of people were complaining about a 3-year, $19 million deal. What do you think about that?
I love the deal, and he's from the area, so he's going to probably be committed to staying. I'm interested to see where they're going to put him, man, because if he's a run stuffer, if he can eat up blocks, nose tackle might be the spot.
It might be. It might be, but I don't know. It depends who else we have. Like right now, if I were to line this up right now, it would be Derek Brown, probably Marquand McCall in the middle, and then Tuttle on the other end. I just don't want a dude like, YGM. I think he's a rotational guy at this point. I don't think he's going to be there in the base package full time. I don't see that. I don't see it. So I don't know, man. It'll be interesting. But let me hit the super chat real quick. Ed Cash says, I hope we don't trade with Arizona. If we do, I guarantee that the Cardinals will give the first pick to the Colts for a haul, and we'll just get screwed over and stuck with our third choice at quarterback. We should just stick in the top 2. Well, we'll talk about this a little bit later because I have some theories, but we'll talk about that. Appreciate the super chat, Ed Cash. But yeah, Dave. So what do you think? What do you think about 3 years, $19.5 million?
I think the price is right. I'm cool with it because he's local. I mean, Lexington's not that far. Because he's local, I think that's a good sign from that standpoint. So I love the deal. I think I'm cool with the deal. I'm just fascinated about where they're going to put him. If they put him on the edge, YGM.
Yeah, I just don't know that YGM fits, and I've been going on several different shows, and I keep saying the same thing about YGM. I think he's gonna get the essentially the Matt Corral treatment, the same thing. He's gonna get lost in the sauce. I don't think he's a good fit in a 3-4 unless he gets super athletic or puts on about 10, 15 more pounds. He not gonna be able to sustain that. Going in a like 3-4, bro. You got as an end. You got to be able to at least consume double teams at all times. I just don't know that he can do that. Just my opinion.
If Tuttle, like some folks are talking about his weight, if Tuttle's at 330, then yeah, he's a nose tackle through.
Nah, Tuttle is like 305 or something like that. He's not 3. I don't think he's 330.
I mean, he could do it, but he
can
tough,
do it,
bro.
No, he can do it. He can do it because Denver's in Evero's system. Denver's starting nose tackle is only like 305. So yeah, he can. I think he can do it. I think he can do it, but I just don't know.
If he's a run stuffer, that's where you want him to be. You want him there, and that might save YGM. But like you said, I agree, bro. I don't think YGM's a fit. Yeah, I think YGM's gonna get penalized. YGM's just gonna be a victim of the scheme at this point. But we'll see.
Yeah, man. But shout out to Noli says Bozeman need to fire his agent. Left money on the table. Yeah, well, or maybe there was no market.
Maybe he wanted to stay here. Know. You ever thought about that?
Or maybe he wanted to stay. Yeah.
You ever thought about that, bruh?
Money ain't the objective for everybody. Not for everybody. Look at Shaq.
You got that right.
Shaq reworked his deal to stay. Like it ain't. That's not the motivation for everybody. Well, we can't put folks in a box like that. Some people probably Shaq been here his whole career, probably just want to stay. Like just cause we can't project our thoughts on some of these players, man. They got their own way of thinking too. But while I agree, I'm going to get the bag each and every time. Some of these guys got different motivation, man, and we can't not.
Some of these guys make their own decisions, man. They decide on why they want to do it.
So Omar says we got to start hitting on these defensive line free agent pickups. Yeah, I think Ioannidis was cool.
Ioannidis worked out.
Yeah, I thought he was cool. He wasn't terrible. I thought Ioannidis was all right. We decided not to re-sign him. I don't know why. I thought he was decent. I mean, I get Tuttle because he like Dave said, like we've been discussing, he's versatile. You can play him in nose tackle, you can play him at defensive end, and I think he'll work out either way. I don't think we should be done here per se, because I don't think. Listen, I'm gonna say it again. YGM, I got to get somebody else. I need another defensive end, bro, or I need to get me a nose tackle or something. I'm not done. I'm not done with defensive line, bro. I can't be done with it. But I agree. We do got to start sustaining these defensive linemen. I would say that. I think because I do think Ioannidis was a good signing. We just didn't keep him for some odd reason. So it is what it is. Let me see. Chris Mack says,
keep voting, guys. Use the link. Go to vvox.app and use the ID and keep voting. We got almost 600 people watching. We should try to make this happen, Captain.
Chris Mack says, you think we'll get any wide receivers soon? Haven't seen much movement. Love the show. Hit that like button, y'all. Yeah, Chris Mack, Adam Thielen's supposed to be visiting tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, a little bit ahead of ourselves there. But yeah, we're going to be talking about that. Calais Campbell, man, that dude, how old is Calais Campbell? He got to be.
I don't care.
He got to be old, bro.
I don't care. I don't care. He can still play.
How old Calais Campbell is, man.
He could be 40 if he can still rush the passer.
He close, 36 years old. He close.
And if he can rush the passer, where's the pass rush? I don't care.
No, I think we solving that with scheme, though. I think we solving that with scheme, bro.
As long as he can get to the quarterback and eat these offensive linemen.
He is still. I think he's going to go to a contender, though. I think he's going to go to a contender, bro.
We might win the division.
He still is playing well, to be honest with you. He is still playing.
Yeah, like, what we talking about here? Like, we had to let that man that just washed. He ain't washed.
According to PFF, he's still playing at a very high level, bro. So, hey, I guess we can't be too mad at that. All right, let me close this poll out. Because responses are slowing down a little bit. Let's see what y'all talking about.
I gave this one an A as well.
55. I give it a B too. I thought the money was I thought it was a slight
too high.
I gotta see it,
man.
I can't. I'm not hating on nobody else's bag. I can't hate on his bag. I just thought that maybe there was somebody else out there. I think we could have went out. The reason why I'm a little hard on this pick is because I was thinking a little bit. I'm thinking Zach Allen. I'm thinking Draymond Jones. That's what I'm thinking.
You trying to pay folks like,
bro? I was going after it.
Look, man, but you got to realize something. When we walked into this situation, when we first got into the league year, we were under the cap. Like, we were over the cap. Excuse me. We were over the cap by a decent chunk. We had to do restructures. We had to move people. We had to trade people. We had to do a lot of things to get under. So, like, when you take those things into account, and the pieces that we need to pick up, picking up Vonn Bell, picking up Tuttle, these are good moves. Because we pretty much, in essence, picked up 2 starters. Tuttle's starting.
Yeah, Tuttle. Yeah, I agree. You paying him that? Yeah,
starting.
Yeah,
he is starting.
I agree.
So, like, for me, and considering that you about to change it to a 3-4 scheme on the defensive side of the ball, you got yourself a safety, you got yourself potentially a nose tackle, somebody that could play on the end of a 3-4 as well if you need him to. That's a win-win, man. I gave it an A. I understand the folks that gave it a B. Maybe they thought it was too much for them. But nah, man, I gave it an A. And dog, cutting Eflin is an A through and through. But, I know you ain't pulling those because,
Yeah, we're talking about it, but we're not pulling those. We're not pulling those. Yeah, we're not pulling those. But yeah, we'll talk about that. But yeah, man, I think this is a good sign. And again, I think
somebody gave that an F. Y'all tripping. I mean, y'all hate to say so damn much,
bro. You can't hate on that man. You can't hate on him how you can't.
Man, he probably got F's in classes too, man. That's unsat. Like you probably had F's in class. Man. Like you out here.
Hey, no viewer shaming, Dave. Moves. No viewer shaming, bro. You viewer shaming.
Viewer shaming. I wasn't viewer shaming. I'm grade shaming. I'm grade shaming right now. I used to fail classes too. Not college, but I failed classes when I was in high school. It happens.
All right, Dave. We ended up getting Bradley Bozeman back, which was a great. I mean, all over Twitter. All we saw all over Twitter was, "Where's Bose? When we getting Bozeman back? When we getting Bozeman back? I want Bozeman. Bring back Bozeman." And it took a little while. I was getting a little nervous. Not gonna lie. I sent out a tweet Sunday night saying, "Who is nervous about Bozeman and Foreman?" And we eventually got it done. And this was a complete steal, bro. And I think, like Noli said, hey, his agent left some money on the table. Maybe, maybe not. But this was an absolute steal. 3 years, $18 million for a starting center. And we brought back the gang. The Great Wall of Carolina is back intact, albeit yes. We do have some concerns about the injuries. And, the Corbett, lower leg injury, Christensen, I think he broke something. So I'm a little concerned, and as everybody should be, a little concerned about their health. But the center and the two tackles are set. I'm happy about that. I feel good about Cade Mays going in there. I feel good. People forget about Deontay Brown, who I still, 2 years later, I'm still rocking with Deontay Brown, okay? I have not given up on him. I'm cool with those two guys. I'm not too concerned about depth. I would love to get my starters back, but I'm cool with this. Bozeman back in the game. What you thinking, Dave?
Oh, easy money. This is easy money. Love this pickup. Love the fact that we was able to re-sign him. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
All right, let's get the vote cracking. This should be an easy A. My bad. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Should be an easy A. Should be A's all over the place.
I gotta step off for 30 seconds, but yeah, easy A. That's easy money.
Should be A's all over the place, but this is a great signing. I know people are still concerned about Foreman. I am too. I feel you. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I think Foreman is trying to get his money. He hasn't gotten a big contract yet. He dealt with some injuries. And I feel like he's going to, try to get as big as bag as he can. Because again, the running back position, them dudes ain't getting paid like that. So he's going to test the market. We offered him a contract. Same with Bozeman. We offered both of them contracts. And I think they wanted to test the market. And what happens in free agency, though? And I was listening to NFL Network or something earlier today. And I think Adam Schefter said this. He said typically what happens is on the first day, if your contract isn't solidified or done, then the numbers go down, right? So the further you go into free agency, the lower the value is going to be. And obviously it's common sense, but it's kind of different when you hear it. If you ain't got no offers by now, the clock is ticking. Clock is ticking, bro, and the numbers is going down, 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 and down. Down, 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 and down. So for him, at some point, he got to pull the trigger. And just take again, we had the offer on the table. I'm just surprised he didn't take it. And again, I was more concerned about losing Bozeman than I was Foreman. Foreman can be replaced. I like Foreman running style. I love what he brings to the table, the physicality. But I keep the same energy, bro. I kept the same. I had the same energy with CMC. I'm keeping the same energy with Foreman. You can replace him. There's other guys out there. Jamal Williams still available. David Montgomery. There's some good running backs out there. Even when you think about the draft, there's some good running backs in the draft as well. So I have no concerns about signing or bringing back Foreman. You can get another one. It's all good. And nobody in Panther Nation should be too concerned about Foreman. All right. 119 votes. Let's get the votes in. Hit that vvox.app. Put in that code. It's a link in the pin comment. So check this out. I'm gonna close this joint. Miles Sanders too. Miles Sanders still available as well. So yeah. And thinking about Williams. Williams, again, coming from Detroit with Deuce. So there's a connection there. So I'm not concerned about it at all. I'm not. Nah, I can't. Hey, look, I ain't built for running back, dog. I told you I stopped playing middle school football. I stopped playing football in middle school because I got ran over. I was playing safety. So I'm not built to play football no more. I'm not built for that no more. I ain't playing running back. I get hit one time, I'm done. All right. Yeah, Eckler's available too, but I'm cool on Eckler. Man. Just get somebody back there. All right. Let me close this out. Voting is slowing down. Let me close this. Oh, here we go. Let me hit the super chat real quick. Bozeman is a great re-sign. Some don't realize how great center affects your offense. I think we should draft OL every year. Trenches run the game. I agree. I think you should get a guard every single year. And appreciate that super chat, Cage, Luke Mister. Appreciate that. But yeah, I agree. I believe that I feel the same way about wide receiver. I think you should draft a wide receiver every single year, and I agree with you drafting an offensive lineman every year because you keep that depth going. I have no problem with that. I actually agree with that. But let me close this. Oh, another super chat real quick. I like to go QB, wide receiver, TE, running back, and IOL in the draft. Yeah, I think you need at least one defensive guy. I like to see cornerback in there too. Got to stay young on the cornerback. All right, and particularly linebacker. All right, let's move on.
What do we vote? What's the vote looking like? I picked A. I voted A for this.
Yeah, 95% A. So yeah, that's a big A. Big A. I like that. I
continue to sham the F.
All right. Let me add one slide because I gotta add one for my boy Dalton. I did add it. Never mind. Let me see. All right. All right. Andy Dalton just signed him like a few hours ago, and it's the whole Twitterverse was in an uproar. Okay. Dave, when you saw the signing come through, what was your thoughts?
The first thing I thought was, this is what y'all wanted. I don't understand the disdain for this signing. Like, from the folks who don't like the signing at all. And let's go ahead and put the poll up now, because I want the poll to get started. I want this one to be the largest one. Let's go and get this poll cracking.
Let me go over this stuff real quick. I think he's a backup quarterback. When he got a 2-year deal worth $10 million. And you see his production here. That's what I want people to see. Look at his production. He had his highest graded PFF grade this year of his career. So just throwing that out there. Dave wants me to open a poll. I'm opening a poll. All right, here we go. Opening a poll. Right. Let's get it. Go ahead, Dave. React.
So let me tell you something, man. Let me explain something to you guys.
You about to pod?
Oh God, yes. Y'all need to get these polls up. Go to vvox.app. Put these IDs in. I want some votes. Y'all got to get these votes popping. Y'all need to get these votes popping. Let me explain something to you guys. Whoever we decide to draft at number 1 overall, or if we decide to trade out of the pick down to 2, 3, or 4, or wherever we decide to do, we'll probably talk about that later in the show. What it boils down to me is this. You need to have somebody that is a veteran who has won in this league. Say what you want about Andy Dalton. That man has won in this league. You can say whatever you want, how you feel about how he played last year. You saw those PFF numbers. That man has won in this league. And all the whining, y'all complaining, the biggest concerns about Samuel Darnold coming back to this roster, he ain't coming back. He's going to be a 49er And Steve Wilkes can say what up to him as the DC in San Francisco. But we got Andy Dalton. We got the red rifle over here who has won in this league, taking teams to playoffs. He's taken teams to playoffs. Won divisions. That is a fact. Can't take that away from him. Veteran presence. Y'all didn't knock DA when he was the backup quarterback for Cam. DA's only had a double-digit season once in his career. This man's been to the playoffs like 5 consecutive years, I think. Or 5 or 6 times. It doesn't matter. But my point is he's won. He's seen what success looks like. You want Sam Darnold to show your quarterback what success looks like? You want PJ Walker to show your quarterback what success looks like? Come on, guys. Like, let's not do this.
Yeah, three-time Pro Bowler.
3-time Pro Bowler.
Sharif, we'll talk about this in just a second. Hold that thought. Appreciate the super chat. Hold that thought. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to it, man.
We know the news. We got it. You gonna be today, but we appreciate that super chat though. We do. We appreciative. But we gonna get these votes up. We got 700 people watching. So we gotta get these votes up. But
732 people watching, man.
732 people watching. And while you at it, while you're here, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do. We're trying to get 20,000 subscribers, so let's get that going. We almost there. We promised land standards. Get the likes up. Helps the algorithms. Doesn't reduce the bots, but it does help the algorithms. So please, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. All right, but back to what I was saying. Y'all are hating on Dalton on this pickup. I understand a lot of you guys wanted Brissett, and I understand why you wanted Brissett. Because of the relationship with Wright, and I get it. But Brissett ain't won nothing either. Let's be real about it. He ain't won nothing either. All right.
Yeah. So Brissett he wants to start, or he wants to compete for a starting job. He knows he comes here. That's not happening. I think they tried. I think Joe Person wrote an article on this, and I haven't read it, so I'm just kind of spitballing here. But I think he did. I think they did reach out to Jacoby, but he knows that he didn't want to be another backup again. Like, he wants to be able to compete somewhere. And I don't know where he's going to get that opportunity, but I think that's what it was there, and that's why we reached out to Andy Dalton. Now, just to kind of get my
Brissett. By the way, let me be clear though. Brissett can start in this league. Let me be clear when I say this.
Yeah, but what opportunity? It's not about Cam. Where is he going to get the opportunity at?
If you want to be honest, you know where I would go if I was him right now. If I was him, you know where I would go?
Where?
San Francisco. I'll go to San Francisco.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I gotta do something real quick. Hold on.
No. Like, I think San Francisco, he could probably win that job. I mean, depending on how Trey Lance is, but he could potentially win that job in San Francisco. I know they're going to give Trey Lance the opportunity, but he would have a legitimate chance to end up with that job with the injury issues that Trey Lance had. Another team that he could potentially start for. Yeah, he won't beat out. I don't know if he could legitimately beat out Jared Goff. Green Bay. Looks like they're not going to have a quarterback soon. Atlanta. There's a couple teams. Tampa. There's a few. Well,
then give me the keys.
There's a few. I'm looking at y'all comments, and I have no idea what y'all talking about. But anyway. I'm just trying to understand why people are outraged with the Darnold signing when y'all didn't want Darnold. I mean, the Dalton signing when y'all didn't want Darnold back here. You didn't get Darnold back there. You got a better veteran quarterback here. That's what I'm trying to understand. And guys, keep voting. Go to vvox.app if you haven't voted already. We don't know what Jordan Love is. From that standpoint, we have no idea what Jordan Love is. Yeah, let me mute him real quick. But yeah, we have no idea what Jordan Love is. Y'all must have heard something I didn't hear because I didn't hear anything. But, you know. But there's options for him. I just think that I think it's just wild to me about folks feeling a certain type of way about the Andy Dalton signing. All right, let's see what we're looking like in these comments real quick. Let me see. I'm telling you, bro. Jordan Love might lose that battle, but you never know. I'll go in and say it here. I got College of Charleston in the Sweet 16. I got the College of Charleston in the Sweet 16. I got.
All right, what Andy Dalton talk about?
You tell me, man. We got the votes up to 150. They think I'm losing my mind.
Oh, I ain't get to give my thoughts.
Oh yeah, you owe some thoughts to people.
No, I like this. I like the signing. Oh, go ahead.
People complain about Dalton. He just signed just to be a mentor. Fitz said he was signed a vet weeks ago. Pahat, yeah. Thanks, man.
I mean, what? Okay, so you didn't want Andy Dalton. Who do you want? Jacoby not coming here. Who do you want? If you didn't, you got Dalton. What's the alternative? Y'all didn't want Wentz. Y'all killed Wentz. So y'all said no to that. What's the alternative? Is my question. What's the alternative? I think this was a good, and not to mention that he knows the opponent. Don't you want to? How do you feel about signing a guy from the opposite team? Right, the Saints, division rival, getting some insider trading, some insider secrets. That's a solid signing to me. PJ Walker, come on, man. All right,
bruh. That's my thing. Folks are tripping. They were saying the same thing in the space. They were like, yo. And then I was like, you guys said y'all didn't want Sam Darnold back here. He's not coming back here. We give you Andy Dalton and you're complaining. That's it. Bro, appreciate the super chat. I'm convinced people just want something to complain about.
I feel like this is for what it is. The guy's not here to be a starter. This is a backup / mentor to your number 1 overall pick.
Exactly. That's all you want him to be.
That's it.
And you know what this signing tells me too, bro? You know what this signing tells me?
What's up?
They don't want Richardson. They don't want Levis. That's what this signing tells me.
Well, I don't think anybody knows that. We'll talk about that. I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead. What's your theory, man? What's your theory? That don't make sense to me, but
my thought is this: when you think about who you want as a quarterback to back up your rookie, you're either going to have a mentor that's going to accept the fact that he's not going to start, or you're going to have a guy that's going to compete for a starting job. Those are your choices. If you bring in somebody like a Brissett, somebody that wants to compete for a starting job, then you could draft a project guy. You could draft an Anthony Richardson. You could draft somebody that you know that's going to. I
just want to see where you were going.
That's where I'm going at it. You know what I'm saying? So when you decide to draft somebody like an Andy Dalton that's ready to be that veteran presence guy that's going to mentor the rookie, then you're fine with drafting somebody that you know that's going to start week 1, like a Bryce Young, like a CJ Stroud, which is those are the 2 guys that are anticipated to start week 1. That's how I feel.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Andy Dalton, let's close this out. B, C, couple D. Okay. All right. So we'll give it
right.
a B.
I expect y'all to give it a B. B's about right.
About right.
I gave it an A, but it wasn't Sam Darnold. It's a guy that actually won in this league, that has a winning record as a starter in this league. I couldn't complain.
Fair enough. All right. So those are the guys that we signed. And let me just say this. If we happen to sign somebody, like during the stream, I need y'all to like red alert. I need y'all to alert the whole chat up so I can see it. Cause it's been everything been happening so crazy, like it's hard to keep up. So if something happens, just alert, breaking news during the in the chat during the stream. All right. So who's not returning from last year? Couple things came out. obviously Sam Darnold went to the 49ers. I think that's good for him. He gets to go work with Shanahan. Shanahan's the QB whisperer over there with all those weapons around him. I think it's a great landing spot for him. It was being said that Shanahan always kind of wanted Darnold. So now he finally got him. I think he got a really small, like $4 or $5 million deal, something like that. So it's good for Sam Darnold. DJ Moore, obviously, we traded DJ Moore away going to the Bears. Miles Hartsfield. So Miles Hartsfield, they did not extend him an offer. He was a restricted free agent, and they did not extend him an offer, which makes him an unrestricted free agent now. He is now free to sign with anybody in the league. So shout out to Miles. That's the homie. Sucks to see him go on a personal level, but it's a business.
You don't think they'll bring him back?
No. If they wanted to bring him back, they would have done it with the restricted free agency joint.
Okay.
Because they had the rights to him. So if they wanted to keep him, they would have. So with Sam Franklin is the same thing. We kept Sam Franklin by extending that tender to him, at least locking him up, saying, "Hey, if you want him, you got to match our offer, or give us, we'll get the opportunity to match it." So, so it doesn't appear that I think they want bigger corners, and with him like being a smaller nickel, I don't know he fits what they're trying to do. Also, Pat Eflin was cut today, saving us $4 million on the cap. So that was a good. As soon as we got Bozeman locked up, they let him go, which I like the way they timed that, because you don't want to cut Eflin and then not have at least somebody worth something there. So they waited until they extended Bozeman to cut Pat Eflin, which was very smart. A lot of people were pounding the table, cut Eflin, we need the cap, cut Eflin. And they just wanted to wait until they got Bozeman locked up, which was very, very smart. All right. These comments crazy. They want Wentz. I wanted Wentz too, to be honest with you. Dave said hook him up with some popcorn. Come on, hook Rare Rizzy up with some popcorn, man.
This ain't popcorn, man. This is some meat. This is a beef steak strips. Larissa. Trying to do better, man. I've been gaining some weight.
Aggie popcorn sale again. Nah, we ain't doing the popcorn next year. Next year we'll do another one.
Yeah, y'all
right,
y'all here buying all the popcorn for Shy. Y'all ain't thinking about me. You ain't thinking about my love. Where's the love?
You wasn't even on the damn
I was on the voting ballot.
Bro.
Don't do that. I was on the voting ballot. Don't do that. Don't be doing no. Don't do that. There were some that were not. I was on the voting ballot. I was on the ballot to vote. I just was not competing with you and O.
Hey, Justin said you bulking up for the combine, Dave. That's funny. That is funny. Now, if he put on more weight, he won't be. He definitely, the more weight he put on, the worse he gonna fare in our 40-time battle.
You ain't kidding. I got to get back down to I got to get down to under 240 against. I have a shot to win this shit. If I'm at 260 trying to run him, are you right? I'm gonna lose.
Kendrick Murkison says, could Wilkes have had as good as off season?
No. We would have signed Sam Darnold. I wonder if Wilkes went in there and was like, yo, you should sign Sam as a quarterback.
No, I'm sure McCaffrey did though, because him and McCaffrey got
him and Darnold are tight.
I'm sure McCaffrey.
So all you CMC troopers, out there, him and Darnold were tight.
But okay, so just continue to go down this list. Matt Ioannidis, we decided not to bring him back, obviously, with the signing of Tuttle. I think that kind of canceled him out. Damian Wilson was cut too. I think like last week he was cut. Then we also decided to keep Zane Gonzalez. Any thoughts on this, Dave? Keeping Zane Gonzalez over Eddie Pinheiro?
I think they should have made them compete.
Well, I don't know about that. I think so. I seen that theory, but that ain't really how it works, bro. Like you gotta. Typically, these guys get picked up.
You ain't gotta cut them now. Like what we talking about here? It's freaking March. We about to do brackets for March Madness. Why are we out here trying to get rid of a kicker?
They did him a favor, man. Go get picked up somewhere else.
That's a good point.
They did him a favor,
but
man.
Zane better play.
Gonna get picked up.
If Zane's trash, we're gonna have a discussion. We're gonna remember this.
Yeah.
Like we out here.
We've been down this road before.
Yes, we have. We've been on this road multiple times. We out here drafting kickers, letting them go, becoming Super Bowl champions twice. So, yeah.
DJ Carboy says the only thing I'm upset about is we haven't signed any receivers or tight ends. Hopefully, maybe DJ Chark, Mecole Hardman, or Thielen. Yes, we'll talk about that in 1 second. Hold that thought.
We're gonna get into that.
Thought. But yeah, I just think that yeah, I would have stuck with the hot leg. I would have stuck with Panero personally. He started out rough, but man, he was cleaning up at the end of the season. The distance wasn't quite there, and I think that's maybe why they kept Zane, was because Zane is got I think he's got a bigger leg from distance. So maybe they decided to roll with Zane. But Eddie, man, he was so good towards the end of the year. I would have stuck with it. That's just me personally, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Okay. So any other thoughts on who we're not keeping?
No, I'm just more annoyed about the kicker situation. Other than that, I'm cool.
All right. And so that being said, Adam Thielen. Everybody keeps talking about Adam Thielen. Yes, he is visiting tomorrow. He is coming to Charlotte tomorrow. And you got to think about it. So everybody keeps talking about we haven't signed a wide receiver. We haven't signed a wide receiver. What's the reason for that? Right? You have to see the market. It's kind of set itself. Jacoby Myers went out there, got paid. He got $11 million per. What did Lazard get? How many? What did Lazard get per year?
Lazard was on Aaron Rodgers' list. I think he got like
but what did he get
though
per year? Like what did he get per year?
Let me check.
So again, like I said earlier about the money, right? If your deal isn't kind of set in stone, like on the first day,
4-year deal, 4-year deal, $44 million, $11 million per.
So he got 11. So the market has been set, right? Nobody's getting higher than that amount. Nobody's getting higher than that amount. I don't think. And maybe Odell Beckham, maybe him. But outside of that, nobody's getting more than 11 million. The market's set. The market is set, bro. So now everybody's kind of like holding their cards like, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Right? And so that's why it's taking a little bit longer. I do think, Dave, what are your thoughts on us potentially getting Thielen? Like, do you think this is a good – how do you see him fitting with us?
I'm going to say the same thing I said in the Twitter spaces earlier today. If you guys think that Adam Thielen is going to be a number one wide receiver for us, I'm going to need y'all to pump y'all brakes just a tad. I think he's going to be good for us. I think you should expect him to be a 2. Now, is he going to get something close to what Lazard and Myers got? Possibly. He might get a little bit less. But I don't think you should be anticipating him being the number one wide receiver for us. He might end up being that by default, but I don't think you guys should be expecting DJ more production out of him. That's all I'm saying. But then again, based on how our offense is going to run, we might not need DJ more production out of him. You follow me? So I like the fact that we're going after Thielen. I think Thielen has a lot left in the tank. He doesn't drop the ball, that's for sure. You can decide how you guys feel about Kirk Cousins or not, but he's not a ball dropper. Pause. But from that, look, man, I ain't messing around with you because you be out here. Yeah, you'll be protecting folks around here in these streets. So but from that standpoint, I like the fact that he's coming to visit. I hope we can close the deal when he gets here tomorrow. I would love the signing. It would relieve some stress about the position. I just want folks to temper their expectations thinking that he's going to replace DJ Moore. That's all.
Yeah,
from a production standpoint.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that Thielen is going to be like a slot guy. Like everybody keeps saying pro. That's exactly who he's going to be. That's exactly who at his age. He's 32 years old now. He's going to be a slot guy. He's going to be super reliable on third down, kind of a third down guy you go to. You need 5 yards. He runs a quick slant, reliable hands. He's going to beat you with his route running, not going to beat you with speed. Sure hand. Like he's that type of receiver. I don't think he's going to be the wide receiver 1 that I think we need. I've been doing some research, Dave. We'll talk about this a little bit later when we get into the quarterbacks. But I've been doing some research, and I found some interesting stats about the supporting cast of a rookie quarterback, especially in year 1. It's and as it correlates to wins, it's very interesting. So, and I think we got a ways to go, but I don't think we're there yet. But I do think we need to letting DJ Moore walk. I get it, to get the quarterback cool.
So,
but we gotta figure this out. We gotta get him some weapons. So as it stands, the guys we got, I don't know, bro. All right, real quick, let me get some chat, Dave. real quick, super
Oh,
chat. Hey guys, happy so far about the free agent signings. So far, keep pounding. Appreciate that, Dominique. AJ says, I don't think anyone is delusional to think he's a one day. He's a he's a slot boy at this point. I thought Jones said slant boy. Slot boy at this point. He's gonna come in on a low vet offer, maybe 4 to 5 mil per year.
You weren't in the Twitter streets that I was in, sir. You weren't in the Twitter streets that I was in, sir. There are folks who expect him to do. There are folks that are expecting 2018 Thielen, and they're not going to get that.
Yeah, no, he's not. And the question I have with Thielen though is, I think you talking about Tech coming in on a vet deal, 4 to 5 million. I would take that to go to a winner. For me to come to Carolina with a rookie quarterback, you have to pay me a little premium, and so I think it might be a little bit more than that. Or he could just go to a winner and take that amount. So I don't know. It depends on what his motivation is.
But it also depends on whether or not the winner wants him. There's other factors involved here too, and he has been having some injury challenges as well. So let's not forget about that. So let's not forget about some of those challenges that he's had. Like, he's been past some injury challenges too. But at the same time, he's a good wide receiver, man. I think he would be a great pickup for us, and I think that'll alleviate some of the loss of DJ Moore. I just think we have to temper expectations of what you expect out of him.
Yeah, I agree. And listen, I'm on a Chark train. I want DJ Chark personally. Hardman is cool, but as of right now, with Myers gone,
what if we get both?
Chark, I'm double happy. We need to surround our young quarterback that we're about to get with some weapons. And my data supports it. Trust me. And we're gonna go over it a little bit later. But I do want, because somebody's been asking me to go over the cap, and I see that. And let me just make sure. Yeah, let me go over the cap real quick. Let me go over the cap real quick.
We need to run the ad real quick, man.
All right, we'll do that. All right.
Let's run the ad real quick.
Shout out to everybody. Please follow us on Instagram. I've been real active on Instagram, TikTok. I'm trying to get a little bit better on those. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button on those. Follow us on all those platforms, and Twitter as well. We're real close to 3,000 followers on Twitter. So hit that subscribe button or follow button, whatever the hell it is on Twitter. Want to become a Patreon member? Patreon.com/Panther Nation PC. Got a couple of good ones coming up. We are talking to it. Well, I haven't set this up yet, Dave, but we're going to be talking to a draft scout sometime. I think it'll be on the 25th. We're going to be talking to a scout for our lads who's going to help us break down these quarterbacks. So that's going to be a Patreon exclusive as well. Got a couple more coming up with that. So become Patreon member, support us. We do have some Patreon exclusives coming down the pipe. Appreciate you, all the MVPs, all that good stuff. Franchise, appreciate y'all, folks. Really do. And the free agents, we appreciate y'all as well, man. Thank y'all for your support. Really appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and get Underdog going. It's about time for a new Underdog ad, Dave.
I know. I said it on Twitter, too. I'm overdue.
All right.
What's going on, guys? This is Dave from PNP, and I'm here to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. I just want to remind you that's the easiest place to play. There ain't too many places where you can win 20 times your money in the same night, utilizing higher lowers in the Pick'em game. And now they have Pick'em Insurance, where while you won't win the same amount of money that you did before, you can miss one and still bring home some money. So if you do it 3 times, you could potentially still get your money back if you end up missing one. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up today and use the code PNP when you do. And the $100 deposit match still stands. Underdog Fantasy. Pick'em March Madness. 5 picks correct, higher, lower, 20 times your money. You guys are about your bracket life. How about maybe it might be easier to figure out how many points some of these players are going to get. Maybe you think Howard's going to beat Kansas. Maybe you do some hires on some of these players on Howard's squad. But check out Underdog Fantasy, man, and use the code PNP when you do.
All right, AJ says, my thought is we draft Downs or Flowers in the second. Flowers is not falling to the second. Having him learn from Thielen would be huge, I'm assuming. Downs is a route technician, and Zay needs to learn. Yeah, I like Downs. I think Downs could potentially drop to the second, but Flowers is not. He got the Smitty cosign too. He's going in the first. Sign Thielen, draft at number 1. Hope TMJ shows up. I agree with both of those. Now, real quick, it's time. It's time, Dave. I did this thank you. I did this thank you DJ post, and we're gonna go over the cap right after this. So hang tight. We're gonna break down the cap numbers right after this. But I did a video for DJ, thanking DJ for his services, and I said during this I was gonna give away a signed DJ Moore jersey. This joint right here, right next to me. I had this 12 in the tuck. So this signed DJ Moore, your last memory of DJ Moore in a Carolina Panthers uniform. I know DJ Moore is a fan favorite for most. And so now I said I was going to do a giveaway. I already pulled the winner because I had to pull from the comment section thingy. I had to use the app for it. So with that said, the winner is Sam Dumont. Sam Dumont is the winner. So how this is gonna work is you got 24 hours to hit your boy. If you don't hit your boy in 24 hours, I have to go to the next person. All right, I'm gonna have to pull another winner, and I'll keep going until we find a winner. All right, or maybe next week I'll pull.
Okay. I'm laughing at the name of Sam Dumont. It's really close to Sam Darnold, but I digress.
Yeah, that is hilarious to me. It might be Sam Darnold Burner. Excuse me. That's funny. Sam Darnold Burner. But yeah, man, that's funny. Sam Dumont, I guess it's Sam Darnold in French, is the winner. All right. But all right. So shout out to Sam, man. And get back to me. Hit me in on Twitter, Panther Nation Podcast at gmail.com, something, but hit me back ASAP. Shoot me your address. I'll get this in the mail to you. All right. Let's move on. Okay, so before we move on to that, let me pull up this cap numbers because everybody's asking about the cap, and I need to go over it because nobody seems to understand what the hell's going on. I keep asking me about Shaq Thompson's contract and what's the deal with his contract. It hasn't been updated yet. So we don't have the numbers on Shaq Thompson. We don't know. We don't know what his number is yet. All right. So give me 1 second. Let's pull this up. Shaq Thompson's number still, according to Over the Cap, is $24 million. It has not been reduced yet. They reworked the deal. It's a new 2-year deal, but I don't know what the hell it is. I have no clue. They could have done something crazy. I don't know. They could have avoided it and reworked a whole new deal. I have no clue what they did. They could have added voided years on spread. I have no idea how that Shaq Thompson contract is structured. No clue. All right. So with that said, even with Shaq Thompson's deal, the contract the way it is right now, before they made that change, we're at $15 million in cap space. With that said, we do need to have at least $10 to $12 million for rookies. That's the typical amount they hold for rookies. All right. So that's what they hold for rookies. And what is not included in this is Andy Dalton's contract. Andy Dalton's contract is not yet in the system. So I would assume probably about $4 to $5 million is going to be reduced from this cap space number, depending on how it's structured. So you can reduce that number. So we're probably sitting at about 10 million. Now, because somebody, I think I've been seeing in the chat. Yeah, so Sam Darnold still has, Dante Jackson still hasn't been restructured. That's a great point. Keep an eye on that. That to me, that could signal something. Meaning maybe they don't want to dump more money in the future for him because he's not necessarily a part of long-term plans. That could be the case. Or they could be looking to trade him. Something. The man can't seem to stay healthy. So I don't know what the plan is for Dante Jackson. All right. But that is something to keep an eye on because they could save a little bit of money here. If you restructure him 15, you could save about, that's a nice little amount of money they could save by restructuring Dante. And they haven't done it. Eflin has already been cut. So so it hasn't reflected. True. That has not reflected. My bad. I got y'all. My bad. I see what you're saying. So cut Pat Eflin, right? So if you cut Pat Eflin, let me just undo this. Refresh. My bad. Y'all are right. All right. So 15 million will start over. We're gonna cut Pat Eflin. So cutting Pat Eflin, we're at $19 million. So my bad, y'all are right. This is where it stands: $19 million in cap space. And then again, Shaq Thompson's deal has not been reflected in this. So we're probably sitting around 25, 30 million, something like that in caps. That's just a wild guess. But and then we could have added more by restructuring Dante Jackson. Haven't done it. Maybe they don't want to do it. I don't know why they haven't touched this deal yet. Brian Burns, if we can get a Brian Burns extension done somehow, some way, that also would save us some cap space. All right. So we've got some cap to work with if we need it for some reason. If we need to go sign somebody, with like, let's say we want to go trade for D-Hop. If we want to do that, then we could find the money to do it. Trading for D-Hop should not be off the table. It shouldn't. And I would absolutely we need to get a wide receiver one in somehow, some way, whether it's through the draft or we trade for somebody. It's got to happen. It has to happen. We cannot go into the season even if we add Adam Thielen.
I'm trying to think who Big Ben had. Big Ben had Hines Ward, didn't he? Yeah, he had Hines Ward this rookie year.
So I only went back to 2010, Dave. I didn't go back that far. I just went back to 2010 for my data.
No, I was just wondering, because that's the first person I think about when you talk about a young quarterback and what wide receiver they had. Because Pittsburgh was a run first offense.
Nah, this is cap right here. This ain't true. Not true at all. I got the data to prove it. So if you get the QB first, you're essentially wasting a year. That means you're okay with wasting a year of the rookie quarterback. This is not true. You don't got to be patient with wide receiver. Get him some weapons immediately. The quicker you get the wide receiver weapons, the quicker they're going to be successful. It's going to translate to W's. He has to have. Now I agree. I might be tripping a little bit on Terrace. I like Terrace Marshall. I agree with Terrace Marshall, bro. I'm with you on Terrace. Terrace is nice. He got to take a major jump. He got to take a major jump. But I need us to get my quarterbacks the weapons immediately. Tight end. He needs a tight end. He needs some wide receivers, and he needs a run game. In order to be successful, that's what has to happen. And I got the data to prove it. All right, but this is where we stand from a cap perspective. Is everybody what questions? Do y'all have any questions around the cap? Any questions? But I think we're in good shape from a cap perspective. Yeah, we are in good shape. We are in good shape from a cap perspective, and then even going into the future. So 2024. Now, what's going to happen is if let's say we extend Brian Burns, that number is going to drop a lot. Okay, so we got 136 million right now, and as long as this is why you want a quarterback on a rookie deal, because you're not going to have to pay the rookie a large amount of money. But after the draft, when we sign the rookies, that's going to drop the number. So I expect this number to get down as low as about 60 to 75 million, probably lower than that. If we can keep 60 something million going into 2024, I would be elated, because then you're going to get a whole bunch of space to go out there and start adding some guys, and then you're in your prime, your Super Bowl window. So this is what we should have done a couple of years ago. We didn't do that. Now we're starting to get it right. All right, so Burrow was an example. They drafted Higgins that in the second round, and they still had AJ Green too, by the way. Then the next year,
AJ Green.
Then the next year they drafted Chase and signed Hurst for him. But they had a terrible offensive line. I got the data. We're gonna talk about this in just a second. I have the data, bro, and I found the correlation. I found it, so I got it. And you're on track, AJ. You are right on track. You're right on track. So hold that thought. But yeah, so going into 2024, we're in good shape, bro. This is what we should have done 2 or 3 years ago. Get the quarterback on the rookie deal. Don't have any big quarterback contracts, because listen, we got $136 million. You're gonna re-sign Brian Burns. You're gonna re-sign or tag or 5th-year option Derek Brown. So that's coming. But after that, there's no crazy big deals coming up. We don't have any crazy large deals, bro. We are sitting in great shape right now from a cap perspective. And again, if you want, and I think what you're going to see is, though, you're going to see some really aggressive cap moves, because obviously y'all are right. There are ways to finagle the cap to get what you need to get done. And that's where once we're in that window with the quarterback, you're going to see a lot more aggressive cap moves for sure. But we're going to get the quarterback first. We're going to get the quarterback first. All right. So any questions? I don't think I saw any questions.
Nah, there's no questions in the chat.
All right. So let me see. I don't think I have any other slides before I get into the. Yeah, that was it. So let me dive into this data real quick. Because I was doing some research, and I want to shout out what's her name on Twitter. I think Miss McCrimmon on Twitter. She had posted something about the data. She said I guess there was 30 some odd quarterbacks taken in the first round in since 2010, and only 30% of those have been successful. So I was like, yeah, that's probably true. That's probably right, but you have to look a little bit deeper. Yeah, so you gotta look a little bit deeper into that situation to find out what the real is, right? And so that's what I did. So what I did was I came up with a spreadsheet. Let me see if I can share. Let's see if it makes sense. All right.
You said since 2010, so the first quarterback in the first round I can remember 2010 was Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford, yes, correct. Sam Bradford, right? So I'm gonna pull this up. So what I did was essentially I took all the quarterbacks that were taken in the top 10, right? So if I sort it by year, you'll be able to see what it was. I have it filtered by something else. Let me keep that because I got it there for a reason. But I have all the quarterbacks taken since 2010 up here. And so what I did was I only really analyzed their first year. So I haven't gone as far as to analyze year 2, year 3, year 4 yet. I haven't done that yet. I really stuck to year 1. So there's a couple of guys that did not play in year 1, and that's going to be guys like Patrick Mahomes. He played one game. He only played one game year 1. I think Blake Bortles. There's a couple guys that didn't play. Trey Lance, they only played like 1 or 2 games. I took those guys out because they don't really count towards the data. But Dave, let's play a game. You like playing games, Dave. I got a game for you. Who do you think had the most successful rookie season as a quarterback since 2010? Since 2010. And I'll give you the statistical answer.
As you talking about win-loss record or statistically?
I would say, okay, so give me both. Give me the win-loss record and then statistically, because there is a difference. There's a difference.
Win-loss record. I'll say Robert Griffin III.
No.
Really? Does he make the playoffs?
He wasn't. No, he wasn't the best from a win-loss perspective. He wasn't.
I'm not looking because I don't.
Well, I mean, you can't see. You can't see. It's not up here.
Yeah. Cam only won 6
actually,
games,
it is
so it ain't him. Cam only won 6 games. He wasn't here.
No, it wasn't Cam.
Nah. Luck.
It
was Luck.
11-5, year 1.
11-5.
And there has only been like 4 quarterbacks that have had winning seasons. So out of all of these quarterbacks, you're talking 26 quarterbacks. There's only been like 4 that have had a winning record. And so I started looking, I'm like, yo, why is that? Like, so I looked at like the previous season record, right? How trash were they the previous season? I looked at the offensive line ranking, I looked at the defense ranking, and I looked at their the skill position PFF grades, right? So I took the skill position PFF grades, I averaged them together and came up with a skill position I guess multiplier, right? So it's the skill position grade on average. And so, Dave, you were on to something because statistically, RG3 was the best quarterback. He was the best year one. And he won Rookie of the Year, but he was the best quarterback. And so, Dave, I said, why is that? Why is that, Dave? Why is that? Why is it that RG3 had the best rookie season?
Run game. The team had a phenomenal run game. They had a good defense.
Alfred Morris. They had a really good run game.
Santana Moss was on that team.
And Pierre Garçon.
Pierre Garçon was on that team.
They had ballers, bro. They had ballers. And then they had, who was the tight end? Their tight end was very good that year too. They had ballers.
Right? He didn't have Vernon Davis. Davis was on that team at that point, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I
don't think so. But RG3, and he had, what I did was I looked at the offensive line ranking. They had the 16th ranked offensive line. Then they had the 16th ranked defense as well. So the defenses were both middle. There you go. Yeah. So they had some really good. He had some really good talent around him. So then I looked at the other guys. So I looked at, I think, who else? I think Baker had the second best group around him. Give me a second. Let me see if I can
Baker had nothing but first round picks around him. Shit. Baker, the Browns has been drafting at the top of the draft for so long.
Let me see if I can find out where I have it.
Yeah, now you're gonna have that 20. Let me pull up that 2012 Washington roster, man, because I want to make
they had some ballers.
Right.
So here's what I call the skill position score, right? So this is what I averaged it out to. And so RG3 and Jameis. Jameis had some nice. The problem with Jameis is they had like the 32nd ranked defense.
Chris Cooley. They had Chris Cooley. That's who the wide receiver. That's who the tight end was in Washington in 2012. Chris Cooley. It was Chris Cooley. Yeah, Chris Cooley was balling that year too. Chris Cooley, Niles Paul. Yeah. We never saw him again after that.
Yeah.
But their receivers were balling. They had Santana Moss, Pierre Garçon, Josh Morgan.
He had talent around and went and got 9-6. He went 9-6 that year as a starter. So that's the point, right? You can't just throw a guy out there, and that's my concern, right? Because that's why I put this together, is because you want success, right? You want your quarterback to go out there and win immediately, because that's the expectation, right? That's what y'all said. That's what y'all said y'all wanted. That's what y'all said y'all wanted, right? But y'all not gonna get that unless this dude is surrounded with talent. So even with Tua, I think Tua had a nice crowd around him too the first year.
Yeah, he just couldn't stay healthy. And the thing that was some RG3's demise too, because he played with a torn ACL and pretty much shredded his knee up. The career never was the same after that either, which was kind of sad when you sit down and think about it.
So get a man some help. Get a man some help, bro. And it's the data supports it. He needs weapons around him. The guys with the highest win percentage their rookie year had help. Luck kind of defied the odds a little bit, because Luck, bro, he was out there by his damn self, really. To be honest with you, his skill positions were good, because I think he had Reggie Wayne.
He had a good team.
He had a young Ty. His offensive line was trash, and his defense was trash too. They were both.
His offensive line was always trash. There's no question about that. But the problem was that the Colts had Peyton. So Peyton made everybody look good, and then when Peyton got hurt, that was it. But their wide receivers for that year was
he had the 24th ranked offensive line and then the 31st ranked defense.
Their wide receivers was Reggie Wayne and T.Y. Hilton.
They had a young T.Y. Then they had Dennis Allen. They had the Dennis. Was not Dennis Allen. Who was their tight end? What was
their tight end was Dwayne Allen.
Dwayne Allen. My bad. Yeah, Dwayne Allen.
I remember Fleener.
Yeah.
And then you had Vic Ballard at running back.
Is it worth to trade up Jackson Smith and Jigba or Zay? Bro, I don't know. You're gonna have to do something. You're not gonna be able to sit there and you got to get this dude some weapons, bro.
But if one of the tight ends, if one of the big tight ends falls, if Kincaid or Washington falls, and if you actually decide to use the tight end, then I mean, and then you grab another wide receiver later in the draft, I mean that's not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal. Because if you got to trade up, you're gonna have to give up more draft capital, and are you willing to do that? And you ain't got no draft capital. You ain't got no.
We do. I think we do have it, but you can always reach into the future. But I ain't, man. We gonna have to get lucky. We're gonna have to get lucky, bro. But yeah, so again, the data supports it, bro. And I'm not done with this yet, but there's a clear correlation with skill positions. There's the amount of skill positions you have and quarterback success. Not so much with the offensive line, not so much with the defense, not so much with the prior head coaching record either. It's all about the skill position, bro. You can't just throw a dude out there because I was looking at some of these folks that these dudes was playing with. I was like, bro, these dudes are trash. No wonder the quarterbacks were jacked up. And again, these guys get drafted.
Remember, a lot of these quarterbacks go to terrible situations. Like terrible situations. Like horrific situations. Cam Newton came into a bad. Cam Newton, the only thing that Cam Newton had, well, when you sit down and think about what Cam Newton had, Cam had a pretty good set of weapons. Cam had Jeremy Shockey, Greg Olsen, Steve Smith, a good run game. Offensive line might have been the best one he had his whole career.
The offensive line actually ranked ninth. The offensive line ranked ninth. He like you said, that he had Smith, he had LaFell, he had Shockey, he had I think Olsen we had just traded for it, I believe, or maybe the year prior. Olsen. But the only problem, Dave, was the defense was ass.
It was terrible.
The defense was garbage.
Terrible. But that's why Rivera was there. That's why Rivera was hired, bro. That's why Rivera was there. Because he had everything else. Because the problem was we didn't have no quarterback. We were out here trotting out. See, y'all don't know what struggle is. We out here trotting out Jimmy Clausen and all these horrific having like days of less than 100 yards of offense in that 2-14 season prior.
Hey, Slim, you right. But you right, Slim. But see, we ain't your typical number one overall pick.
We're not.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say we're a little bit closer than what people think we are. We traded up. We are a just below 500 team.
We were a game away from being. We were a game away from having the 20th pick in the draft, guys.
Exactly.
Like y'all.
So this situation that this quarterback is getting drafted into is not necessarily terrible, but we have to make sure he gets surrounded with weapons, and the defense got to be at least respectable, at least middle of the pack. He got to make the stops. The defense got to be able to make stops when it's some critical stops, right? You can't be the 31st ranked defense expect to get W's. This is why I get upset and I get pissed, because to me, everybody keep asking, yo, who you want, Bryce or Stroud? I was about to put them together. I was about to say Bryce. It don't really matter, bro. It don't really matter to me. You just pick one. It doesn't really matter, because what matters to me is who is around the dude. Who's going to be around the cat? That's what matters.
It's about who's around him and who fits the system that Frank Reich wants to run. That's ultimately what it's about. Because when everybody when 2021 was rolling around, was it 2021 that we didn't take Fields? Yeah, when 2021 was rolling around and everybody was like, we got to take Fields, we got to take Fields, we got to take Fields. And I was sitting here like, you really want to take Fields with this coach? Because that matters. Man, Matt Rule ruined Justin Fields. It matters.
I mean, no, coach. Yeah,
coaching matters.
No, I agree.
That shit matters. Because the other reason why, we didn't even take that factor. Kyle Shanahan was the OC.
No. So I didn't factor in OCs, but what I did factor in was amount of coaches that these guys be having. Bro, it was some coaches, some quarterbacks on this list that had three coaches within the first 4 seasons. That's nuts. You can't expect the quarterback to be successful, which is why this is the right time. Because I also took into account what year did the coach decide to draft a quarterback, right? For instance, Josh Allen. Josh Allen was a great point to my data, because Josh Allen was not good his first season. He wasn't. When they went out and they got Diggs and put all that talent around him, look at what happened. His offensive line wasn't that good.
But at the same time, Josh had a lot of things to improve on, bruh. A lot of things.
I agree with you.
But there was a level. There was a level of turnaround, like the turnaround that Josh Allen had from an accuracy standpoint. A lot of the things that he had approval on from college, from when he played at Wyoming.
Agreed.
That was some of the most incredible shit. Like a lot of folks have never seen that happen before. The type of improvements, which is why a lot of folks have clamored over Anthony Richardson, because a lot of folks thinking, "Oh, that could be the next Josh Allen. That could be the next Cam Newton," and that's why we're getting all those comparisons for him.
Yep. So Allen, according to my data, he had a 26th ranked offensive line his first year. He had the number 2 ranked defense, and then his I call it the skill position score was like a 60, one of the lowest. He was playing with nobodies, bro. Then they went out and they got Diggs and they got all these other people, bro. That stuff matters. It clearly matters, bro. It matters. So that's all I'm saying. There's a clear correlation between skill position players and the success of your quarterback. It clearly matters, bro. So if y'all cool with, and again, the average, so the one thing I came up with was the average win total for a rookie quarterback. You want to take a guess, Dave, since you like games? How many wins is a rookie quarterback at?
5, 4.
You hit it. 5. So it's exactly 5. It's exactly 5. Like
Cam
won
little
6,
over 5. Right? Or was it 5? 5. He won.
Cam won 6. 6 and 10.
He won 6 and 10.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, if we're not going to upgrade the skill positions, bro, be prepared, because it's not going to be pretty the first year. Now, again, second year we have a ton of cap space. You're going to have a quarterback, those skill positions want to play with. It should work itself out. But if we're talking about winning immediately, like y'all are expecting, that's why I'm so hell bent on on receivers. Who are we bringing in to play with this cat? Maybe I am discounting a little bit on Terrace. I love Terrace. Got to see it. We got to see it. We got to see it translate, bro. Because if he's going,
you're the same way I feel about
one.
You're the same way I feel about the tight end position right now. Because from my standpoint, when it comes to the tight end position in Carolina, everybody's talking about, we're going to use the tight ends. We're going to use the tight ends. We've been talking about that shit for years, bro. And I ain't seen nobody try to use no damn tight ends since Greg Olsen has left the building. Like, we just have not tried. We haven't. And listen, and I think Frank might give this a go. I think Frank is going to give this the good old try. But damn it, I need to see it. I need to see it.
Also,
y'all can give me all the Ebron's Grady, all the hell you want. I want to see it. I need to see it.
It was also interesting in this data that it didn't really matter if your quarterback sat the first year or not either. Like, I know I was.
Well, Mahomes.
He's like the only one, bro.
Yeah, he's probably like the only.
He's the only. There was a couple other guys that sat and it didn't really matter. Like, to be determined on Trey Lance, right? To be determined there. But there was some other guys. Some bums too that sat for a year. Let me see. Who are they?
Maybe
Jake Locker. Jake Locker sat for the Titans.
Oh, Jake Locker's trash. He was gonna be trash anyway. Like, you draft that guy so high, he wasn't gonna be good. I never understood that hype.
So So it's sitting for a year doesn't matter whether you throw him out there. It doesn't really matter.
Lions signed David Montgomery, and I guess Jamal Williams. They stated he couldn't come to a deal, so I guess Carolina's still interested. Bruh, we might get Jamal Williams, bro.
If we get Jamal Williams, I'll be happy. But I still want bring back Foreman, but I wouldn't mind Jamal Williams. I think Jamal Williams is a great consolation prize if we couldn't get.
So everybody's asking about what's up with Foreman. Foreman has gotten an offer from Carolina per Sheena Quick. He has not signed it. What you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen, man. I mean, we're still in the tampering period, right? So it's not
tomorrow. Tomorrow, everything starts officially.
Oh, tomorrow's officially the free agency day.
Tomorrow's official. Yeah, it's officially free agent tomorrow.
So have you done your brackets, Rashad?
Nah, I'll do it. I got until tomorrow, right? The playing games don't matter.
The playing games don't matter. You got till Thursday. You got tomorrow, but you got Thursday morning by tip off. I think.
All right. I got it. I'll get one in. I'll at least get one in.
I didn't even check. Are you only allowed to do one in my challenge?
That's probably
I didn't even check to see what happened in the play-in games today. Oh, Texas A&M won.
Okay. So that's NFL. That's a rumor joint. I don't really do rumor Twitter handles, but it says Panthers have called a few teams on the availability of their wide receivers, which makes sense.
Of course they did.
But again, that was from a rumor site that I really don't trust like that. So
yeah, well,
bring in Thielen. I need WR1. Give me D Hop. That's what I need in my life. I won't rest until we get wide receiver 1. Thielen I think is great, but he ain't WR1.
Yeah. Well, we knew that, but I think that he'd still be a good security blanket for a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, free agency ain't too many wide receivers out there in free agency. You got like Thielen, DJ.
The guy I wanted, man.
Nicole
the Raiders
Hardman.
picked him up, bro. I wanted Myers.
Jacoby Myers signed with the Raiders.
I wanted Myers, bro. I wanted Myers.
Yeah. It's thin. It's thin. Free agency is thin.
That's the guy I wanted. And it looks like all Josh McDaniels is doing is getting ex-Patriot players and bringing them there. Jimmy Garoppolo, Jerome Myers.
Get guys that know your system, bro. Make it shake.
I guess. Yeah, I need to know your source for that. If Chark and the Panthers have mutual interest, I'm jumping for joy.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. I haven't seen anything about Chark and the Panthers. Yeah, that's why. Hey, listen, you gotta be careful when it comes to free agency and all this stuff that's being retweeted and quoted. It's a lot of rumors out there, bro. I don't just be retweeting and posting everything. I be real chill on and I ain't going crazy. And people we talking about CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, bro. Y'all not about to worry me about who it is, and I'm not rumor chasing, bro. That's not what I do over here. I'm not gonna react to every single rumor that comes out. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not about to be worried about this, bro. Hit me up on draft night and let's celebrate when we get one. Stroud or Young doesn't matter to me, bro. I prefer Stroud to Young, but give me one of those dudes and let's cook. Give me one of those. I'm not reacting, bro. I'm not reacting to none of that. I'm not reacting to no. I saw all the stuff today. Oh, the owner's interested in Stroud. Oh, but McCown likes Richardson. Oh no, but Reich likes Young. Or I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing that game. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, bro. Again, Stroud is my number one guy. I would not be mad if we took Young. One of those two guys, and I'm not stressing over it. I'm good. It's a lot of mind games being played right now, B. A lot of mind games.
I didn't realize it was a fake Ian Rappaport.
Bro, it's a fake everything. That's why you gotta be real careful. Real careful about what you post and repost and like.
Yeah, man.
You gotta be real careful, dog. And I agree with this, Slim. I agree with this 1,000%. I agree with this.
But then again, you heard the story about what happened with the whole Trey Lance, Mac Jones situation, right? The 49ers, when they traded up to 3, they initially was planning on taking Mac Jones. But then they decided to watch the film. And then they made the decision that Trey Lance was the better pick. And then they decided to go with Trey Lance. So one of the analysts told that story as a reminder, because it's very possible that Carolina does not know who they want. I think they do.
I think
they do.
I agree.
I
agree with what Slim said, bro. That was number 3. This is different. This is pick number 1. You just traded all the way up to number 1. You have the pick of the litter. You have whatever you want. And you knew when you traded up, you had to have a guy in mind. If you didn't, bro, then that's just dumb. But I'm not about to sit here and play the game on the coach like this dude, the owner like this dude, McCown like this dude. Oh, Nicole Tepper like this dude. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game, bro. I'm not. I'll catch y'all on draft night. I'm not about to sit up here. bro. It be dudes reposting every 2 seconds about the latest news. I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting my time, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm not.
I mean, we are in the era. We are in the smoke screen. We are in the smoke screen era of the draft at this point.
Yeah,
we out here just trying to figure out. Yeah, we out here just trying to figure out what it is for the next 6 weeks. We have no idea.
People out here posturing right now, man.
3 years, 18 mil. Would you be willing to pay $6 million a year for your running back?
Yeah, $6 million is about right. $6 million is about right. But
Jimmy.
Everybody taking a shot right at the QB. Yes, I will be. Especially if it's Stroud. I might pop the blue label or something, bro. It's going down. It's going down, bro. I can't wait. But hey, listen, I'm not about to stress about it. And y'all shouldn't stress about it either, man. Don't be turn off that mainstream shit, man. These dudes, everybody think they don't know.
Something. And the thing is, if y'all notice, with all the coverage that's been happening over the past 2 days, since Carolina traded up to 1, you could tell that these cats do not pay attention to Carolina at all. They have no idea. Pay attention to the beat writers. Pay attention to your Vashtis, your Sheena Quicks. Pay attention to those folks. Because even Pat McAfee reaches out to Sheena. Because they don't know. They don't know.
It's clear that they don't know, bro. Even if you look at some of that mainstream stuff, the first thing they'll say is, I don't know who it is, but I think
I'm hearing this and I'm hearing that. They don't know.
They don't know, bro. They don't
know.
They don't know.
I know more than them. And I'm in New England. And all I got is phone calls to Rashad and occasional discussions on Twitter Spaces. And I know more than them.
Hey, but real talk, if they need me to come, chauffeur Adam Thielen around, tell him to hit me. I'll make myself available. Whatever we got to do, Adam Thielen, don't leave Charlotte
get him in Charlotte.
Contract.
Yeah, whatever we need, whatever it takes.
He shouldn't leave here tomorrow without a contract. We need to make that happen immediately. Hey, man, super pause, gag order on the number 1 pickup not leaked out. Yeah, it won't get leaked out, man. Shout out to Jump Man. Appreciate that super chat. He said gag order, pause. Hey, yo. Hey. Yeah. So what's this, hot take? I think we need to sign 2. Hey, look, man. Just get this man some weapons, bro. I don't want this dude out here throwing. Man, I don't want to slander nobody, bro. But just get my man some legit weapons. Get him a receiving threat at tight end. Get him a good run game. The offensive line is set. Get him a solid wide receiver 1, and let's roll with it, bro. Let's roll with it. All right, Dave. I think we've gone almost 2 hours. Well, 20 minutes away from 2 hours.
We broke 2 hours, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, become a Patreon if you haven't done so already. We got some really dope interviews coming down the pipe. We already got some already in the tuck. Check out the Blue Bloods interview that we just did. Have we released the Math Bomb one yet to the public yet?
To the public, not yet. Nah, I released it late.
But right now for the Patrons, we interviewed the guy that invented the RAS scale. And that's been pretty much available to them for the last week. And we're going to release that to the public very, very soon. But you guys want to check that out? Y'all need to go ahead and check that out right now. So.
Hey, man, chill. Hey, no, that's funny, bro. That is who I was about to say. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to cap. That's who I was going to say, though, for real. When I stopped myself, that was what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. What about Matt Corral trade value?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Didn't Nori have a song like that? What you trying to do? Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. But yeah. All right, my bad, Dave. You was closing it out. My fault, man.
No, we good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe to the channel. Check out Underdog Fantasy. Get your pickups in for March Madness. Use the code PNP if you do. You know what I'm saying? Check out the Mock Draft Mondays. Now it's easy pickings. You got Rashad out here taking 20 minutes figuring out who we going to do with these trades now.
Yeah, I had to trade, bro.
I saw you out here in these streets. Yo,
that was stressful.
He was out here in these streets. So check out the content that we got going on right now, man. So, the draft's a couple weeks away. Watch these treats. Watch these rumors. And quit paying attention to these mainstream folks. They don't know anything. Make sure you follow your beat writers in the local area. And we out. Peace.
Peace out, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. We out.